Hi, I'm Lori Whalen from Glitter and Glue, and today we're going to make a fall wreath, like so. Of course, this is just an example, and yours will be different based on the type of material you use and what you use, what supplies you put on top. It's a variety, and you can do anything you want. You'll see behind me the same type of wreath for Halloween. Obviously, you can do the same for any holiday that you're doing, but today, fall leaf, like so. And today we're going to be making a very simple fall wreath. There's a variety of ways to make wreaths. You can look on Pinterest to find all kinds of different ideas, but this is just the way I like to do it. And of course you can add anything you want to make it more elaborate or just different things. We've already shown pictures of the ingredients or supplies that you need to do this, and you'll want to go ahead and look at that beforehand so you can maybe work alongside or just view it and then do it later. So let's go ahead and get started. So our first step is using the wreath frame. This particular frame is from Dollar Tree. You can find it in either the craft section or the floral section. So you take the wreath. We have pipe cleaners. This is the full 12-inch length. You're going to use the long one under each of the large pieces, and you just do a simple twist. So you're going to take your long one underneath, simple twist to tie it in. You can do that all the way around. You're going to be adding, for each one of these long ones, you will do, one of your little embellishments. So that's what these are for. All the way around. Then these same pipe cleaners, I cut in half, and the half-size ones, you're going to do 2 on each one of these breaks. So you're going to go through both sides here and just do, again, a simple twist. And you're going to do 2 on each one. So our next step, we're actually putting the material onto the wreath. I've chose 2 types of material, one a little bit heavier, one a little bit lighter. You do need to cut a piece. This is about 7 inches, so a little more than half of the one of the piece. You're going to use this to make sure that you're in between each area that you are adhering is the same length. That way it's not uneven. So you're going to take your 2 types of material. This part's gonna get a little crazy. That's okay. Just squish them together. And you can start at any one of the larger pieces, and you just hold it down. Again, you're just going to pull it super tight and twist. Then you take that long piece I told you about, and you're going to measure out your material. Sorry, this part will be a little kooky for you, but that's okay. You're going to measure out about, it doesn't have to be exact, but you want it close to about this distance. And then you, again, just squish it together right about at that distance. and you're going to put it on the next piece. So this is a shorter piece, and twist. Now these are not going to show when you're done with these, so twist it really good and then move your pieces underneath. So we're just continuing. It is, it does feel a little strange when you're first doing it. That's okay. You just want to make sure your material is straight together. So again, you're just going to kind of measure that out to give you a good idea of where you're going. The length, crinkle it together, and push it down on the next one. So which is why you have 2 short and then 1 long. And you're just going to twist it really good, and the short ones tuck under. And continue this all the way around. Again, distance. When you're on a long one, when you twist it, leave it up. The short ones tuck under, long ones leave up. Twist it twice. And then use your length. So we're now at our very last small piece, and then we're going to continue into where we started. So make sure it's the right length. I only have a little bit left, so we're doing pretty good. I'm going to cut this. And we'll put this right here. And tuck it under. And since I have just this little tiny bit left, I'm going to go ahead and put this right into there, which is where we had before. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, so our next step is to go through and fluff everything up. Okay. So you could see we've fluffed it up. You can kind of separate them up a little bit. I want to show you like this. That's what the back looks like. So really, if you wanted to, you could put the sparkly on top of the burlap, and you'd have a little bit more sparkle and glitter on it. If you wanted to, I am good with it like this, but if you wanted to, you could do another full layer of the double pieces and put it on this side, you know, on another layer, and you can make it even fatter. You could do another one and do it on the outside. It depends on just really how full you want it. I am good with this. I think it blends in nicely and it keeps it very lightweight. So I'm good to move on to the next part. We're pretty stationary. It feels really good. We've put all the large pieces up to the top so we can see it. So now we're all fluffed and we're ready to decorate, which is the fun part. So I happen to have a variety of different supplies that I have already, but you can certainly collect what you want. These pieces are gathered, you know, you could buy them from Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's. So I have a couple of different kinds. So we're just going to kind of lay them out and see how they look, and then we can decide what we want to do. I like the white colors. I also did some ribbon. And the ribbon is very simple. Just two pieces of ribbon that I then tied together with twine. This is where wired ribbon is helpful because you could bend it how you want it to be. And these are just little small craft pine cones, so you can try and see how those are. I went to Montana and I actually went and collected some big pine cones, so maybe I'll do that. But I don't know, I kind of lay it out and see what I like. Like, I really like these, but I don't like it on this with these other ones. So I'm going to go ahead and forget that one. I do like this ribbon, and I like it with this pumpkin, so I'm thinking I'm going to go with that, and then maybe cut off. I bought this large piece, but I know I'm not going to use that whole thing, so I'm just going to take this big piece and cut it into a bunch of little small ones, like these little pumpkins, and maybe put some ribbon behind it, and then we'll go ahead and put it on. So kind of, you know, this is when you can be creative and decide what you want to do. So let's go ahead and do some of that. So you'll see that I have torn this all apart. I'm going to get that out of our way. What I'm going to use from it is a couple of the leaves, and then I'm going to make a ribbon. So I've just cut off some ribbon. You'll want to make your ends look nice when you're doing a ribbon. Do that on both pieces. All you do is line them up. Took a little piece of twine. We're just going to tie those together. Okay. Very simple little bow. This again is where your wired ribbon comes in handy. Sorry, you see that I have these little pink tips on. These protect your fingers when you're using a glue gun, which we will in a minute. But just tie this, very simple, and then you're going to use that wired ribbon. And then we are going to take our glue gun and put these small little pine cones right in the center. You know, the glue dries clear, so you don't need to worry about using too much. Glue guns are amazing. That's what these little pink things are for. I could stick my fingers right, ouch, on there, and it doesn't burn. We will let that dry. I took the two leaves that I liked. I've already glued those two together. I just stuck a little blob of glue in there. And then I'm going to put this right in the center of this. Again, I'll use my little protector so I can push it right on there. And we'll let that dry a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next step. So, looking at this, I'll show you. Remember, this is what we made. We made 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. One just with bigger pine cones. So those are ready. And then these are the ones that were already ready to make. So I want to show you how to put the ready to make already on. So I'm going to show you now. Basically, you're going to fold back. It's just wire, so you just fold it back just to get it out of the way. And then you decide, do you want it to go in towards the middle? Do you want it, you know, however you want to lay it. I think for this one, I'm going to go like so. And you just set it in. It's not difficult. You just set it inside there, however you can squeeze it in. And then you're going to take your twisties and just twist it so it stays on. Wrap it around a couple of times. Wrap it to the back. Don't worry if you can't even reach it all the way to the back, you can always cut it off. It's just a pipe cleaner, so it's pretty easy. So that's very easy how to do the ones that are already done. And then I'm going to turn it around so we can get to the spot I want to do. And the ones you made yourself, if you make any of them yourself. You're kind of going to do the same thing. I was thinking initially to put the twine and then tie it around with the twine, but there's really no need to do that. So I'm going to make the twine as part of the design. And just kind of make it like right into a little bow. Knot right on top. And then I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the other ones. And I'm going to decide how I want to do it. I think I want the leaves on the outside of this one. And I'll do the same. Kind of push it inside a little bit. This one I'm going to put underneath the ribbon. Same thing. You're just basically using the pipe cleaners as a fastener. Twist it around a couple times. This one I think I'm going to show you how easy you would just cut this off. Maybe tuck them under the ribbon a little bit. Use that wire ribbon to your advantage. Puff them up. Kind of straighten up your burlaps and your puffs all around there. Basically just sort of decorating it any way you can. And then there you have your completed